Test. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys see me? Hello.
Hi, everybody. How is everyone? If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. We are going to wait 5 minutes for everybody to come in, and then we'll start the webinar. In the meantime, I would really appreciate it if you guys could share what you would like to watch next, what we should talk about in our next webinar, because we want to cater to your needs, of course. So if you guys want a webinar on anything specific, or you want a tour of something specific, let us know, and we will work on that for the next one. Previously, we had webinars on our scheduling feature, our automation recipes, and today is also going to be an automation recipe day. We will be talking about the Evergreen recipe. And once we start the webinar, I will get into details, obviously. But for now, this is, I think, a really great automation recipe that you guys should try out. It's very helpful, and it's really, it makes life easy, honestly. So we're going to wait just 5 minutes and we're going to start. Let me just set everything up. Wait. Hi, good afternoon, guys. I was just reading your messages. Yes, making life easy is really a good thing, isn't it? Right, so I'm gonna quickly repeat myself. If you guys have anything in mind that you want us to talk about in the webinar, in our next webinar, then do let us know in the comments because we would love to cater to you guys. And of course, we would put that first, whatever you guys want to watch. Up till now, we've worked on the scheduling feature and our automation recipes. And today is also our webinar is also about the automation recipe, Evergreen. Right, so before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Manur. I am a digital marketing strategist here at Content Studio. And with me, I've got Heather, who is our customer success specialist. If Heather could turn his mic on, that would be great.
All right, thank you for joining in, guys. My name is Heather, and Manur has introduced me already. And some of you must have seen me in the previous episodes of the webinar. And today we're going to be discussing the Evergreen automation recipe. So yeah, we'll just take it from there.
All right, so the topic of today's discussion is basically the Evergreen recipe, which is an automation recipe that can help make life easy for you, basically everything related to your social media. So our topic is basically keep your favorite content alive with Content Studio's Evergreen recipe. So the things we'll be discussing in today's webinar are what is Evergreen content, the benefits of Evergreen content, how it can help you, and basically how you can create Evergreen content. And we're going to be giving you a few tips to make your content planning really easy and quick. And at the end, Heather will be giving you guys a tour of the automation recipe. So let's start. What is Evergreen content? So we've got two types of content. We've got topical content, which is basically viral content. It is the content that is viral, it's quick, and then there's the evergreen content, which really has no expiration date because it's something that people can keep visiting often. It doesn't have a time set duration to watch or, it doesn't expire. So basically, topical content consists of, things like the news, current trends, events, annual reports, anything that has a time limit to it. But evergreen content, on the other hand, is something that you can consume at any time. And this can be guides, instructional videos, or posts, how-to videos, FAQs, something that people keep coming back to. So for topical content, it's basically designed to give you a spike in traffic because it's something that is quick, right? It's trendy. People search the keywords maybe, or, it's something they're looking for. There's a spike in your traffic. People come and visit your website or your social media, and then it dies down. So this can also be seasonal content like, Christmas every year. So you're going to get a spike every year if you create that kind of content. However, evergreen content is designed to drive your traffic continually. So you get traffic over a long period of time. It's gradual, but consistent. So this can be really good for you. And the reason I compared these two is because while evergreen content is great, it's very, very important to use both kinds of content in your marketing strategy. So if you use only evergreen content, it's not going to be as beneficial to you as it would be if you used both topical and evergreen itself. So remember to use both of these kind of content in your marketing strategies. So how exactly is evergreen content good for you? So first of all, evergreen content is great because it brings steady traffic, like I mentioned before. You don't have to work so hard to create that kind of trending content over and over again. So that kind of gives you more time to work on more projects or more content, because your evergreen content is always there to keep the traffic boosted, right? So basically it kind of saves your time and effort. Then it's also great for backlinking. Now, obviously, our evergreen content is basically for social media, but you can also share links to your blogs, and your blogs can bring traffic to your social media, vice versa, and you can take people back to your website. So evergreen content is great for backlinking because that's the kind of content that people watch at any time during the year, right? So there you have a really big opportunity to share links there, or get links to share you to share your links with other people. So you can always backlink, and you can internal link as well. So it's really a win-win. And lastly, you can boost your search engine rankings. And how this happens is basically to have a good piece of evergreen content, you need to actually optimize your SEO. And if you do that, then that's great, because since your evergreen content is just, performing well throughout the year, if you optimize your SEO, that will put you in a really good position to rank on Google and other search engines. And lastly, this is not really a benefit, but you should do this because it's going to help you in the long term, because like I said, evergreen content saves you time. So if you've got a blog, if you've got, content that you can use throughout the year, it's good for you. You can actually repurpose it. So you can use, chunks like turn your blog posts into little infographics on your social media, or add like little reels or, videos, or you can turn them into little guides. And that can really help you because, of course, it'll save you time and it'll be part of your evergreen strategy. So how exactly do you create an evergreen content strategy? So first, you need to be really clear about what your niche is. So, if you're a business that's working in the content marketing industry, so you need to put out content related to that, right? And the next thing you need to do is you need to study the topics and the type of content that your audience is really interested in, the kind of stuff that they like to, look at or read or watch. So when you're done doing all of these things, you'll get a clear picture of exactly what kind of content would perform best. So it's always a trial and error basis, but eventually you'll come to the point where you'll know what to do. And you can actually find out what your audience is searching by using these. You can use Ahrefs or SEMrush or Moz, and they can help you figure out exactly what the keywords your audience is searching, the ones that are doing great, and even the ones that your competitors are using. So that brings us to the third point, which is basically if you want to get an even clearer picture of where you want to be, you can check out your competitors and see what they're doing, and then you can work accordingly. And lastly, when you're done, you know what the keywords people are searching are, you know exactly what kind of topic you want to create that, evergreen content around. You can create similar kinds of topics and then share it to your social channels, and they'll help you get traffic. And these can be things like listicles or tips, guides, FAQs, infographics, checklists, case studies. It's a really long list. So you can actually experiment. So the little tips that I want to share with you so that you can actually improve your evergreen content strategy are: number one, since evergreen is a kind of thing that's so visible on the internet, there's so many people that will be searching the same thing. So the search volume is pretty high, and then there's a lot of competition for it as well. So what you want to do is essentially, if you're sharing something that is being shared by a lot of people, then you can add your own unique viewpoint to it. And that will give your content an upper hand. And this can be something like, you talking, maybe giving better stats or giving additional details or giving your own opinion. I think this is great. This worked for me. What about you? Then you can also, like I said, since the search volume is going to be really high, you can use long tail keywords. So, specific keywords like, I don't know, apple pie, right? Everybody's going to be searching apple pie on the internet. But if you want something specific, like I want an apple pie recipe or apple pie no bake recipe. So that will really narrow things down for you, but you need to make sure that you are searching for something that has volume, right? So if people are searching that keyword and you think you can compete there, go for it. Now we've got updating content. So you need to, like I said, evergreen content is consistent. It doesn't have an expiry date, but that doesn't mean that you're going to create your content and then just let it be. It always needs to be updated. Terms change, things change. So make sure that you keep updating your content, because if you want to, have it rank, then you're going to want to definitely optimize your SEO accordingly, share it with the right people, engage with people. It's a lot of give and take. So then we've got the last point, which is basically writing for beginners. Now, what I mean by this is that you shouldn't completely write for somebody that is going to read it and be like, this is not giving me value. Don't confuse this for no value. Write for somebody that you think is going to take interest in it. Like it says here, the experts are likely to search broad topics, and you want to generate content for a larger audience. So unless you are specifically, reaching out to experts, you can create a generic kind of content and share that with your audience, and then more people will come in, and then you'll get to see what's working for you. If you make it too specific or use jargons that people don't understand, it's not going to work for you unless, like I said, you're reaching out to experts themselves. So that was it. It was pretty short. Now I think Heather should take us through our tour of the Evergreen content recipe. I think.
All right. Thank you so much for the detailed expose of the whole Evergreen recipe. And we're just going to go through the process of how you can use the tool and make it work for you. So let me just share my screen with you guys. And right. Okay. So yeah, these are all the automation recipes. We have discussed a few of them before. So today is Evergreen. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at the ones that we have already set up, and that will also in turn explain how it is essentially created right from the scratch. So one of them says bulk and the other one says above and beyond. It could basically say anything. The reason one of them says bulk is because there are two ways how you can actually upload your content on the Evergreen recipes. So I'm going to go ahead and edit an existing one right now. That is the above and beyond. The procedure is pretty simple. The guys who have gone through with our previous webinars will know the basics, but the guys who are joining us today, you have to give your campaign a name. That is how it will be listed. And so you will know right from the start that which one of them are currently switched on. So you can see both of them are currently switched on, and they are going to be scheduling and publishing content based on the publishing methods that I've chosen for it. So, right, so that is the name. And the second thing is you have to select your default accounts associated with that automation recipe. So the idea is that you can have different sorts of campaigns for different sorts of projects and things that you're sharing. And that should essentially be the main idea for the campaign name over here. So in this case, this is just like a generic name. And these are the default accounts that I have selected for it. And you can also choose to have it shared further, like bifurcate your publishing process by selecting a category for yourself over here. So you can see that there are different sorts of categories, and they will have their own scheduling set up according to the content categories. So that will be the day and the times for the whole recurring week that you set up for it. So I'm going to skip that for now, keep it simple, and go to the next page. That is the place where you essentially add all the posts onto your Evergreen recipe. So you can see that These are the number of posts that are added into the automation recipe over here. It is essentially a random mix of different articles and stuff. So this one, essentially, you can see that all of these have different variations created for them. So in this one over here, the idea was to create or to like pitch for your promotional products that we have over here. So you can edit that. That has the link and a brief description of what it is all about. And then there are further variations to it. So this one has like a different image because you have like the whole control. You can either use Canva or Trello, upload it from your media library or from your desktop computers. And it can have like a different caption over here for it. This one over here is different, another one. This one was particularly built using Canva. And you can make further changes to it based on your specific channels where you can paste it, sharing it onto. For instance, Instagram, they have like their own specific dimensions that need to be set up. So you can always rely on the built-in editor for the platform. Okay. And if you need to like make further changes to it, you can click on Canva and make necessary amendments to it. Further on, there are more of the same. Essentially, it's going to have the link down below it. And then you can also add your, as Manu was mentioning, if you're targeting a specific niche, what you can do is you can pitch onto them by sharing their the articles of their choice. So what you can do is you can go on to your Discover module and go into the content feed, and you can essentially just with a couple of clicks just add it into your automation recipes as well. So you can see these are some of the articles, and you will know that which one of them are going to bring more value to you. So you can see this one's been shared by like 101 influencers. It has like a good engagement, a score, and a sentiment value. So you can just click on this button down here and add it to your Evergreen automation recipe. So the ones that are added in here using this method are also listed down below, and you can make further changes to them. Of course, you can create a variation of that same post if you want to share that over and over again for more reach. And the idea is to basically share it on those specific times where you are getting more traction from the users. And one of the way is you can do it right from the scratch, of course. And there is another way how you can upload it using the bulk recipe over here. So that is our other automation recipe that you can see was built using the CSV file. And that actually allows you to like create a list of your posts, and they have like a different variations built in with them. And I'll come to that and you will know what I'm talking about. So that's the bulk campaign. It has its default accounts already chosen for it. And so the caption over here is just to basically represent what the post is about. So the CSV gives you like 4 options. So 5 options essentially. So that would be text with an image post, if you're just going to do that, text only post. And this one is just added because I've chosen Instagram over there. So I'll have to have like an image over that for it. And then you've got this text with a link preview, text with a custom image on link preview. So this one has like a different link, but the image over here is your own, the image of your choice, basically. So lastly, we have got the publishing options on the page number 3 over here. So you can go ahead with a custom timetable of sorts, and this can be essentially devised in a way that you post during those times where you're getting most response from the users. And this will essentially be very easy for you to do if you go into the analyze module, and it's going to tell you on which certain accounts, like for instance, Instagram has more likes and comments coming in on 7 p.m. For instance, on a Wednesday. So you could basically create that one over here and post more on those times over here. Or you can go ahead, share based on different intervals, based on hours, days, weeks. You can increase the repetition over here, of course. And then lastly, this bit is very important, and I kind of like stress on this a lot. And the idea is that either you can keep on running this campaign continuously starting today, and it's gonna go on forever, or you can put up a start time and an end time. This makes more sense if you are publishing for a limited time, perhaps like a sales or promotional campaign that you're doing. So you're sharing during those days only, and it's going to take care of that. And you could always like add a cycle gap in between your posts, because if you are sharing posts over and over again without giving it some time to breathe, they are going to get mixed in the timelines of different social platforms. So it's good to like add some cycle gaps in between, so you can give your audience to basically read and reflect on it. And considering I'm editing existing automation recipes, giving me an option whether I want to apply these changes from the next cycle or apply changes right now and restart the cycle. So the cycle is basically going to be including the number of variations and the number of posts. So you can see over here, you can like drag and drop their sequence as well. And that will also in turn affect the cycle and the posting behavior. So real simple and a lot of benefit using the Evergreen recipe. And I would say that you guys go ahead and try this out. This is going to work very miraculously for you guys. So yeah, that's it from my end. And if there is something Manu wants to add in, please go ahead.
Yeah, so that was the Evergreen recipe tour. And if you guys have any questions, then do let us know and we will answer them for you. We are currently getting some questions, so we can answer those for you. If you guys want to know anything more specific, let us know. Yes, this will be available on YouTube after it's over, so you guys can watch it again.
Okay, let's have a look at these questions over here. I was just trying to wiggle around the way on the Zoom over there. So let me have a look at the questions. If the ones that are not answered yet, I'll try to address as many as I can.
Shelter Shutters, this will be available on YouTube, so you can share it with anybody. After we're done with this webinar, it will be available on YouTube, so don't worry about that.
Luke, that is a good suggestion, and I would say that you go ahead and pitch that on our feature request portal, and we will definitely have a look into that and see if that is something that we can work on. And those 300 drafts that you were referring to, consider maybe like going ahead with the bulk upload recipe and using the Evergreen, and that should essentially take some time off your hands. That is correct. Yeah, when you're basically, if you're adding your post in an existing automation recipe, it gives you an option down below whether you want to apply those changes over there right there and then and start it from the start, or do you want to like keep it in have it added in there, and when the post time comes in, because you can actually drag and drop the sequence over there, it will be posted over there. Yeah, let me go ahead and do also the variations. Might have actually skipped that there. So yeah, there is an option over there for essentially that this works best for the links over there that have already got some text in them. So if you hit the option over there for add variations, it will automatically pick up the most meaningful sentence out that article for you to add into your variations over there. So you can see some of them are already in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for this existing one. Okay, so sorry. So yeah, once you're in your automation recipe, any links that you have added in there that have got some text within them, you can click on this auto generate variations option, and it will give you the choices to pick up from there. So considering in this one, there isn't much text, so there's just one variation that I can add into the mix, or I could go ahead and try to do it for the other ones and see. Third time is the charm. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you can see that it is picking up the sentences, bringing you the relevant hashtags as well down below. And you can make more changes to it once you add them into the mix over there. So if you add them, it's going to be added into the rest of the variegations, and you can edit that and do the whole thing for it. So in this case, you can see that I had added the link from our own website. And so whatever the link is, irrespective of that, it should pick up the variation for you. So I think that is pretty much it. Let me have a look at the questions, and we'll get back to you on that. Yeah, Luke, the variations in this case is not the one that says generate caption. That is the AI that you're referring to. Whereas in this case, it is picking up the sentences from that article itself, and they're going to be verbatim as they're written on that website. Yeah, as I said, AI summarizes basically the generate caption option basically creates paraphrases that whole content using the AI that we have over here, the platform. So that is different over there. And so let me see if I've missed any questions. Okay. All right. The hashtag generator is basically, if you are referring to the built-in hashtag generator, the one that works within the composer, picks it up from a number of sources. It's mostly reliant on Twitter. And okay. Yes, it does. Shutters. There is the option right on the top where you can actually create it right from the scratch. All right, that is a good suggestion, Marina. We will make sure that the cursor is more visible on the white dashboard, and that we are just, that's the third episode, so we can be trying to make it better for the next episodes to come. So yeah, Car has also answered. So that is pretty much it from my side, I guess. And if you have any other specific questions to your particular account, you can reach out to us directly, and I'll be answering them as soon as I can. So thank you so much, guys, and have a great day ahead.
Someone's asking if the cycle goes back to one.
Oh.
Will we post a new one again to my Facebook page as a new post?
Yes, I've already answered that one, and it will do that.
All right, guys, do you have any more questions? If not, then we can wrap this up. I hope this webinar was really helpful. to all of you. And I want to say that if you guys have any recommendations for the coming webinars, do let us know so we can work on those in the future. If you have anything specific in mind that you want us to work on, we will definitely do that. No problem, guys. If you have anything, I'm going to keep repeating this. If you have anything specific that you guys want to watch, let us know in the comments so that we can work on this in the next webinar. Currently, we have previously we've done webinar on the scheduling feature and the automation. So if there's anything specific you guys want us to do a webinar on, let us know. Sure, a webinar for beginners. So we've got a beginner's guide on our YouTube channel, but if you want a more specific, in-depth tour, then these webinars are there to help you so that we can really get into the detail of every specific feature that Content Studio has to offer. However, if you do want to look at something specific, then we've got videos up on YouTube as well.
And I would like to add something to that. Bonita, you can always like book a personal demo with me from our website, and I'll be glad to show you all the basic stuff and the things you're interested in.
All right, thank you guys for joining our webinar. We will be back with another webinar very soon. And it was lovely having you all here. We loved answering your questions. See you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.